Welcome, everyone. One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin. Good morning. My name is Miss Smith. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning, Miss Smith. My full name is John Anderson.
Thank you, John. And what should I call you?
You can call me John. That's perfectly fine.
Great. Now let's talk about where you live. Can you describe your hometown for me?
Sure. I come from a small town called Maplewood. It's nestled in the countryside, surrounded by lush forests and a river. The community is really tight-knit, and there are a lot of outdoor activities we can enjoy like hiking and fishing.
That sounds lovely. How long have you lived there?
I've lived in Maplewood my entire life, so that's about 25 years now. I really appreciate its tranquility compared to the bustling city.
I see. And what do you enjoy most about living there?
What I love most is the sense of community. Everyone knows each other, and we often come together for festivals and events. It's a great feeling to belong somewhere.
That must be comforting. Do you plan to continue living there, or are you thinking about moving?
Well, for now, I plan to stay, but I'm open to moving in the future, mainly for career opportunities. I think it would be nice to experience living in a bigger city.
I understand. Let's move on to talk about your job or studies. What do you do?
I work as a software developer in a tech company. I've been in this role for about 3 years now, and I truly enjoy it because it's always challenging and allows for creativity.
What led you to choose that career?
I've always had a fascination with computers since I was a child. When I started learning programming in high school, I realized I wanted to pursue it as a career. It just felt like a natural fit for me.
That's an interesting path. Can you describe a project you've worked on that you're particularly proud of?
Absolutely. I worked on a project that involved developing a mobile app for health tracking. It was a team effort, and I was responsible for designing the user interface. Seeing it come to life and helping users manage their health better was incredibly rewarding.
That sounds very fulfilling. Moving on, do you have any hobbies outside of work?
Yes, I do. I'm really into photography. I enjoy capturing landscapes and candid moments. It helps me relax after a long week at work.
How long have you been interested in photography?
I've been passionate about it for about 5 years now. I started with my phone's camera, but eventually invested in a DSLR that really allowed me to explore my creativity.
That's great. How do you think your hobby influences your daily life?
It definitely keeps me more observant of my surroundings. I find beauty in little things that I might ignore otherwise. Plus, it pushes me to go out and explore new places, which is exciting.
Let's discuss your future plans now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I hope to have advanced in my career to a senior developer position, possibly leading a team. Additionally, I'd like to pursue my passion for photography more seriously, maybe even start a side business.
Those are ambitious goals. How do you plan to achieve them?
I intend to keep gaining experience and attending workshops to enhance my skills in both programming and photography. Networking is also important, as I want to connect with professionals in both fields.
Sounds like a solid plan. Now let's move on to part 2. I will give you a topic to talk about for 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to prepare, and you can take notes if you want. Here's your topic. Describe a memorable event in your life. Please include details about what happened, how you felt, and why it was memorable.
Okay, thank you.
Your time for preparation starts now.
So one significant event in my life was my graduation from university. It happened about 4 years ago, and it was truly a milestone for me. I had worked so hard throughout my studies, often juggling part-time jobs and assignments. On the day of graduation, I was filled with a mix of excitement and nervousness, especially while waiting to receive my diploma. When they finally called my name, I felt an overwhelming sense of pride. It was a moment I had envisioned for years. Seeing my family in the audience, cheering me on, made it even more special. After the ceremony, we celebrated at a local restaurant, and I was just grateful for all the support I received during my studies. This event is memorable because it symbolized not just my academic achievement, but also the sacrifices my family made for me to succeed.
Thank you, John. What was your family's reaction during that day?
They were overjoyed. My parents had tears in their eyes and were taking lots of photos. It meant so much to them as they had supported me throughout my education. They really felt like their efforts paid off.
I can imagine that was a very emotional time. Moving on to part 3, let's discuss education further. In your opinion, how important is education in today's world?
I believe education is incredibly important nowadays. It shapes individuals and prepares them for the challenges they will face in their careers and life in general. With technology rapidly changing the job market, having a solid educational background gives one an advantage.
Interesting perspective. Do you think the current education system meets the needs of students?
That's a nuanced question. There are some aspects that do meet student needs, like focusing on critical thinking. However, in many cases, there is still too much emphasis on standardized testing, which can stifle creativity and individualized learning.
I see your point. How could education systems be improved?
Education systems should adapt more to individual learning styles. Incorporating more practical experiences like internships or project-based learning can engage students better. Additionally, having mental health resources would greatly benefit students.
That makes sense. What role do you think technology plays in education?
Technology plays a crucial role. It has transformed the way we access information and interact with learning materials. Online courses and resources make education more accessible, although we need to ensure that it doesn't replace face-to-face interaction completely.
Interesting insights. In your view, what skills will be important for future generations?
I think future generations will need strong problem-solving skills, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. With the rapid developments in technology and workplace environments, being able to navigate change and understand people will be key to success.
Absolutely. Finally, let's discuss the role of teachers. How important are teachers in the education process?
Teachers are incredibly important. They not only impart knowledge, but also inspire and motivate students. A passionate teacher can change a student's life, igniting their love for learning and encouraging them to reach their full potential.
Thank you, John. We are now at the end of the speaking test. It was nice speaking with you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
The candidate, John, demonstrated a strong command of English throughout the test, clearly aligning with a band score of 7.5. In terms of fluency and coherence, he maintained a natural flow of speech with few long pauses or hesitations, making it easy to follow his train of thought. His vocabulary range was impressive, showcasing both common and more sophisticated words, although at times he relied on simpler phrases that felt slightly repetitive. Regarding grammatical range and accuracy, John used a mix of simple and complex sentences effectively. However, he made a few minor errors, mainly with subject-verb agreement and article usage, which didn't significantly impede communication. His pronunciation was clear and well-articulated, and his accent didn't create any barriers in understanding. Overall, John's performance highlighted his strengths in detail-rich answers and ability to elaborate on his thoughts. The areas for improvement could include varying sentence structures more and minimizing minor grammatical inaccuracies. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.